In the early days of the COVID pandemic, I found myself, like so many others, stuck at home. No travel, no adventures, just a lot of time with my computer. And that's when I stumbled upon Geoguessr. And little did I know, it would become my ticket to explore the world. See, I've always loved geography. I love learning about cities and countries and landscapes and road layouts and what distinguishes this country from that country. And this game ended up being perfectly suited for that desire to learn. This simple little game turned into hours of fun as I explored unknown places, tested my geography knowledge, and traveled virtually when traveling wasn't an option. Fast forward to today, and it's still one of my favorite pastimes. Don't get me wrong, I am still learning. Every day, I learn something new playing this game. And here in round one, I learned that Sussex is a county in New Jersey and not New York. But we'll take 4,000 points in round two. Round two is clearly Europe, Germany to be more specific. Now, this part of the world can be a bit tricky for myself. I confuse Germany with Belgium and the Netherlands and Austria and Czechia all of the time, but luckily, we do find a sign that says Leipzig, and I know that's a city in Germany. We're 17 kilometers away, so I do a quick zoom in on the map. I try to line up the road, but I end up being just a little bit too far away. It's okay though, because we'll take an additional 4,900 points into round three, putting us over 9,000. Round three tells us right away that we're in the UK. Where in the UK, I don't know. The UK is a very large place. The buildings and the hedgerows and the vehicles and even the signage make me think that we are around a larger city like London. London is usually my default when it comes to the UK. I force the map to prove that I'm not in London. And if it can't, that's where I'm going to guess. Luckily for us, we do find the body of Christian Center van that says Brixton, London. It takes me a few moments scanning around London, looking at the various suburbs, but eventually I do find Brixton being just a bit south of city center. I do my best to line up the roads, but I figure if I guess Brixton, how far away could we really be? Feeling pretty confident that we're going to have 3 rounds with three very high scores, putting the pressure on for rounds 4 and 5. Another 4,900 points going into round 4. Now, round 4 is an area of Japan that I've been in a few times recently. I know that we are in the flatlands, can't see any mountains in the distance. I know that a lot of those flatlands are around Tokyo, so I do guess north of Tokyo, but we end up being closer to the sea. We'll take another 4,000 plus points in round 5. This is where the pressure really starts to set in. Initial thoughts here are the United States, but the US can be very difficult to region guess. I travel down this road looking for any sign that'll point me into the right direction. And luckily, when we come to the end of this road, we are blessed with a vehicle. There's a truck with a huge sign on the side of it that tells us we are in the Pacific Northwest. Sumner, Washington is a town that I'm unfamiliar with, but usually when you're unfamiliar with a location, you're going to look near a major city. There are a few in Washington, Seattle being the most notable, so that is probably where I should direct my attention, although I do, for whatever reason, assume Sumner is more to the east. After a bit of second guessing, I do zoom in on Seattle, make that final guess, and the record we're trying to beat today is 23,018. And with a good score here, we can do it. Time is running out. I'm not seeing Sumner. I'll quickly scan back to Seattle. And there she is, a bit north of the city, but we'll take 23,547. Only playing this game seriously for the past couple weeks, really trying to better my scores, especially on this world map that I'm finding to be fairly difficult. This has been quite pleasing. Very happy with how this turned out. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not beating my high score every other game, or I'm not even beating it every day. It is taking me quite a while to get a good seed like this one. They don't come around often, so you really do have to take advantage of them. But very pleased with how this turned out. What started as a way for me to escape boredom by playing Geoguessr has really turned into a game that I genuinely love playing. It's more than just guessing, it's exploring, it's learning, and noticing the tiny things that make each part of the world unique. Thanks for watching.